welcome to the Psycho Social Club. This is my lovely
Darth Vader.
And I'm Tori the Turtle.
And today we're going to follow up again on the whole sexual assault thing. I think we're going to probably do a couple more episodes of this. I just feel like it needs to be touched on. I'm not going on the hashtag Me Too movement or whatever. I'm just making a lot of personal observations. I guess we're going to talk about this because I feel like it could lead to mental illness because the PTSD and all that stuff that comes with it. And before we start, I just want to go ahead and not be a hypocrite and, can't call the kettle black, but I had a sexual charge. I had a sex offense charge. I was on the registry for a while, but I'm off now. But I'm not into like sniffing bicycle seats or doing anything gross like that. I got one of those statutories, like she was 15, I was 17.
Something you really couldn't help. It was a parent.
Oh yeah, and the parent came after me, and I mean now looking at it, I guess when I'm 29 years old, I guess it's something I should have known. But in that moment in time,
when you're a kid, you don't really know.
So I was a teenager and full of vinegar and pee. But anyways, I wanted to go off on this, and what I'm not understanding is this is gonna be really harsh. Like, I guess what really bothers me is there's a lot of girls out there that cry rape. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There's a lot of girls out there that cry rape and ruin it for everybody else. So therefore, I feel like it's really, really hard for people to believe girls that say that. I even had a situation recently where someone told me that they were raped, and I totally believed them just to find out that they were lying. But like, that's something you shouldn't cry wolf about because you can ruin someone's whole entire life. And why would you even want to lie about something like that?
It makes it hard to stand up and actually say because then you have all these girls who are saying it and
nobody believes them.
Nobody believes them. And what's the point of telling somebody when you're already being told it's your fault?
Right, and that's nuts to me. You know what I mean? Because I mean, even right now, I could be in a situation someone's like, "Oh, I was raped," and I'm like, "Yeah." Give me some details, you know what I mean? Which is messed up, you know? You can't just take people's word for it. But it's like, at the same time, like, I get angry when I hear girls tell me that, they were raped. And I'm like, why didn't you say anything? Like, you just let it happen? Like, I get in the moment you couldn't do anything. But, like, why wouldn't you say something? Like, that's stupid. Like, and I'm coming down on them. And, like, I feel bad now going back looking at it because how horrible would it be for someone to come out to me and, sorry. How hard would I almost kill that chair? I'm so sorry, chair.
Wouldn't be the first time.
How would you feel like if somebody you told somebody the truth or you told somebody what happened to you and they're just like, oh, you're stupid. Why would you,
why did you let it happen? Why didn't you do anything? You just took it. No, I was passed out drunk or the person was held down, forced to do it.
Yeah, and like that's another thing that I don't quite understand, and we're gonna talk about this later. We're gonna actually do some more research on the whole pedophile thing, because we're trying to figure out if it really is a mental illness or it's something that's a choice. I just feel like, how do you yourself get aroused when someone's telling you no or crying or that's weird to me. I don't understand why you would be into that, and I also know a lot of guys, man. I know y'all know. I know y'all know I'm talking to y'all. I know a lot of guys that like hang out with girls, like wait for them to go to sleep and like do weird stuff to them while they sleep, and then like the girl wakes up and they're like, "What are you doing?" Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna say that that could be weird because I feel like if it's not right for guys to take advantage of girls that are drunk, but I feel like if you're drunk and you're with somebody you really don't know and you like lay with them and stuff, like something's probably gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like,
that's them taking advantage of the situation.
Right, but it's almost, do you put yourself in said situation? Is it like a two-way street?
No, I literally got drunk, pierced my belly button, and then I passed out, and I woke up with somebody on top of me.
Ouch. Did you foresee sex?
I didn't think about sex. I thought that they were just hanging out and that my friend at the time and her little boy toy were going to do it, and this guy was going to leave me alone because he had a girlfriend who just knocked up. So there was no expectations, no intentions on my behalf, but obviously there was on his because he didn't care the fact that I was passed out drunk.
So is that what the thin line is? Would it suck to be like, oh man, I'm trying to make new friends, but like I also don't know if this guy might rape me?
Yeah, it's actually a really hard for thing because letting people in my home.
No, I mean like in general. In like okay, like as a child's perspective, like, oh, I'm gonna go out and meet these new people. You know what I mean? Like the last thing
From
that's
like
gonna
an
go
endless
through.
perspective.
Okay, like you're gonna go out and meet these new people. Like, what is the chance of me getting molested? And then when you get older, like a teenager, it's like, oh, I'm gonna hang out with these guys. It's gonna be.
I'm
cool.
gonna hang out with these dudes my friend just got done talking about. They sound really cool. We want to smoke up and drink a little bit. Cool. It'll be some good time to hang with some people. No intentions. And then they have intentions the whole time. And then as an adult, it makes it harder to actually want to go be around people because I now think that everybody has an intention.
See, and like that goes both ways too because like I've been a creep before and like I feel like if a girl's nice to me, I'm like, oh yeah, dude, they totally want to sleep with me. Awesome.
No.
'Cause, you know, and that's I can understand where a lot of guys come from on that because like I've had that before. I'm like, I'm not the hottest dude rapping, and then someone's like, oh yeah, we hang out, and I'm like, oh yeah, they want it, bro, you know. And then imagine if I wasn't you know myself in Karita's situation later going to the situation, but there's got to be a lot of guys that think like, hey yo, she's calling me over, it's late at night, she totally wants to have sex with me, and that's not what it is because I could imagine like, okay, I'm a big dude. So, like, I could imagine, like, coming over to someone's house and they don't know me like that, but I'm assuming that they want to sleep with me. God, like, if I wanted to, like, what could they honestly do about it? What would they be like, oh, he's bigger than me, I can't do anything about it, might as well.
They probably would submit and just let it happen and then regret it the next day. And
then the guy would think about it as being consensual.
I think guys should not go into a woman's situation. Like, if you're going in there assuming you're going to have sex because they're giving you attention, then you're thinking with the wrong head. You should go over and think about a friendship first. Think about conversation, talk about food, and then talk about life. Sex should never be on the table.
Pause. Food, though?
Yeah. I cook. I like to talk about food a lot.
You come over to a girl's house, you're like, hey, girl, what's up?
You want to make some enchiladas? Because I know how to.
How you feel about parfait, girl? How you feel about quiche?
Gross. I hate quiche.
What up, girl? You know, I don't know. But anyways, no, I feel like it's something to talk about. I feel like it's something that needs to be vented about. Because, like, I get angry when people tell me, like, oh, yeah, no, he totally did this and he did that. And I get angry at the dude. But I think to myself, like, I put myself in that situation of, like, oh, would I be a creep like that? You know, so I don't know if it's a two-way street. If guys are taking advantage of the situation or girls are putting themselves in said situation. You know?
I think there needs to be communication. I think the guy needs to be blunt over message or phone call and be like, are we going to have sex or not? And if she says no, then no.
But it's almost like, you can't say that.
It's a weird thing, but if you're already thinking about sex, then maybe you should just stay home and not leave your house.
I've had that happen before where girls, like, call me over late at night. I didn't really know her like that, and I was like, oh, yeah, bro, she wants to be, and then we get there, and I'm talking, I was like, so, do you want to, she's like, oh, my God, no, why would you think that? And I'm like, well, I mean, we never talk, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, like, so how many guys go into situations like that and take advantage of the situation? It's not even almost so much about sexual assault, it's about taking advantage of somebody or putting yourself in a said bad situation. I don't know. This is hard.
It's hard. I feel like people should communicate better. If you're wanting to go over to a girl's place at 2 a.m. because she invited you, ask her if she's okay.
But what if she said invites you? That's bad on her point then, right? On her part, right?
Well, then she just needs to be blunt and just say, I'm not looking for sex, and then there's no confusion, there's no intentions.
Okay.
If you're communicating and you give them what they are going to, if you got to plan it out and you got to let the guy know you're planning certain things out, then you'll be fine. But if the guy's coming over and you already told him you don't want to have sex with him and he forces you, then that's the messed up part because you told him no in the first place before he even got there.
Oh, so we're at the rape point now.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, we've passed the food point. We're just straight to rape. Yeah, and that's, I guess that's something really hard because like I've even had situations where, like, a girl's been drunk and she's like, I just want to sleep next to you. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then they'll be laying next to me and, like, in my head, I'm like, man, I totally, like, this girl's all over me. Like, I totally want to do something. But you just got to fight the situation, or the urge to want to do that. But at the same time, like, don't even put yourself in said situation. You know what I mean? Like, if they need to sleep, just put them somewhere and you separate yourself.
Lay them in a bed and then make sure they have a puke bucket and one leg's down, water next to the table, and go home.
Leg down?
Yeah, so when they don't, like, throw up and choke on their own vomit.
Leg?
Yeah, you put a leg out of the bed. So they have one leg in the bed, one leg out. So if they're going to throw up, they can get up and go throw up. And they don't feel like they're stuck somewhere. And they choke on their own vomit. And it helps with spinning, so you don't spin too much.
All right. Well, I wasn't depressed till now. But yeah, I don't, and like I said, this is gonna go into mental illness into later videos. But it's like, it's almost like this is have responsibility on both sides, because it can't just be a guy taking advantage. Sometimes women should really think about what they're saying or doing.
Well, I think there's also men who are raped by women, so it happens.
Yeah.
Probably. It's not. It does happen.
Oh, I don't doubt that it does happen.
But it's just.
And if anybody's ever been in these situations, I mean, we're not biased to hear your story or anything like that.
We don't judge. We just want to know more.
You don't have to get really explicit or anything like that. Or if you even want to come on and kind of talk about it, we want to hear it. We don't want to do any names or anything like that on both sides. You know what I mean? But. I mean, we'll keep it pretty simple, but yeah. This video's got to be going on like 10 minutes.
Yeah, so we're probably going to wrap it up. We would like to just bring awareness to sexual abuse and sexual assault. If you,
Responsibility
and choices. I guess, it's time to buck up and be responsible, because taking pieces of people isn't fair, and it's not, it's not something you should do. And you need to communicate, too. If you're going to go over to a girl's house, make sure you know what you're getting into before you go there. Just so nothing happens, and you know where you stand, and you're not thinking with your other head. And same with girls.
I want to go over to a girl's house and, get into a lightsaber fight.
Bring pillows. Just be like, let's pillow fight.
No, see? Exactly. That could be misconstrued.
See, I take it as a naive thing, because I used to have pillow fights at sleepovers.
I'm a grown man. If I go to someone's house, I'm like,
Peter, we've had a pillow fight. You threw a whole cushion at me.
That's because you're 5 pounds and it was hilarious.
Fella.
Anyways, we're rambling. Once again, this has been another episode of the Psychosocial Club. We will be back at you with a lot more content. Once again, I hope we get some pretty positive feedback for this. We want to hear what you guys have to say.
Yeah, and we'd love for you guys to join us anytime. So, ready, set,
Bye.